Hey guys, so in this video we want to explain to you how to adjust one of these automatic door closers. So what normally happens when you first install one of these devices, then they're going to be in the full open position. So that means when you open the door and you let go, then the closer is going to close the door as fast as possible, as it possibly can. So we want to adjust this accordingly. We want to make it close a little bit slower. So first of all, let me explain here how these closers work. So there's two main components. One of them is a spring, which is of course the component that closes the door. And then there's also a dampener in here. So in this dampener, that allows us to close the door a little bit slower. And this is done by adjusting two different set screws. So one set screw is setting the latching speed. So that's the last 3 to 4 inches before the door latches. And then the other set screw is for the swing speed. So that's the entire rest of the movement of the door. Okay, so on the one side of the door closer, we should find the two set screws and they should be marked. So in this case, they are marked with a 1 and a 2. I've seen other cases where they are marked with an S and with an L, which makes kind of more sense to me because the S stands for swinging speed and the L is for the latching speed. So in this case, the 1 stands for the S, or because yes, the swing speed, and the 2 is here for the latching speed. Now, before we start with the actual adjustments, one word of warning, and that is that you should never unscrew or completely unscrew one of those set screws, because there is some oil inside of the dampener, and if you remove one of those screws, then the oil will leak out, and then the dampener may stop functioning. So we start with adjusting the swing speed. So just as a reminder, the swing speed is here the top screw. The latching speed is the bottom screw. And the first thing I'm going to do, since right now this screw is here in the factory position, which means fully open, full speed. So I'm going to give this screw about 1.5 to 2 revolutions clockwise. And then I'm going to just open the door, and at this point the door should just really slowly close. So actually this is slower than I want it to close. So now in this point, now I'm just slowly really unscrewing that set screw again until I have the correct speed that I want. So this is really easy. This is like the easiest way that I found, because you just have to open the door once, and then you set it you set the speed while the door is closing. Adjusting the latching speed is a little bit more finicky. So here you can also start by tightening that screw, screwing it in a little bit. In this case, the door closes really difficultly. It's like kind of stuck on something. So it needs a little bit more speed than usually, I would say. So now you can see now I have tightened that screw too much and the door doesn't actually latch. It's just stuck open. It won't close by itself. So now at this point I'm going to screw out that set screw just a little bit again. Just to give it a little bit more speed right at the last 3 to 4 inches of the door closing. See, now this was almost good, so this is still a little bit loose. The lock did not engage, so it's still not the right speed. It's still too slow, so I'm unscrewing that second screw, the latch speed screw, a little bit more. And now at this point, the door closes just like I want it to. So this is pretty much the same setting as it was to begin with, to be honest. But yeah, at least now you know how to set this correctly. Okay, so that was already it for this video. I hope you found the information helpful. And if you have any more questions or comments, then please leave a message below.